So how long have you worked for Touchstone?
I've worked for Touchstone for about 2 years, just over 2 years now.
I have worked at Touchstone for just over 10 years now.
I have been a support worker at the support centre for 11 years. Also as well, I am a part-time housing worker and I've been doing that for the past year.
I've worked for Touchstone for over 16 years. Initially I came as the office manager, and then I became the admin and HR manager for Touchstone, and then Touchstone sort of recognised that I had certain strengths, and in line with my past HR qualifications, invested in me to actually go and do my CIPD, which was a 3-year course. And then I actually applied to be the HR director of Touchstone, and here I am today, which I've done for the last 5 years, and I've enjoyed every moment of it, and I'm still learning today.
I've worked for Touchstone for 16 years, and I started off in the housing team at Touchstone House as a support worker for 6.5 of those, and then 10 years as a community development worker, and now I'm doing the crisis cafe manager.
I've worked for Touchstone for 3.5 years now.
I first started working with Touchstone back in 2006, and I was a community development worker there for about 2 years, and then I left to do some postgraduate study at Leeds Beckett University actually. I did my master's there and doctoral research there, and then I came back to work with Touchstone again. It's like going back home, and I've been working with Touchstone since 2014 now. Yeah.
Fab.
So total of around 4 years, but never been away from Touchstone.
Best thing about working for Touchstone's got to be the people. The commitment, talent and diversity of our people never ceases to amaze me.
At first I started by being a service user consultant, where I gave something back to Touchstone for the help and support that they gave me when I was in crisis in 2011. I became a service user in 2012 after thinking I didn't deserve help, that I was going to be judged, and I wasn't. I was helped, I was listened to, I was given advice, and I was supported into being the person I am today.
The fun, Touchstone makes it enjoyable to come to work. People are very committed in what they do, but management support us having fun and looking after our health.
Well, what I find is the best thing working for Touchstone is that the organisation listens to your ideas and they make you feel as a valuable member of the staff.
The best things for working about Touchstone are, from like a personal point of view, probably some of the flexibility you have. So obviously it's a mental health and wellbeing charity, and it's not just that they do that for other people, they really do value all of their members of staff. So they have like a really good flexi time policy. There are lots of like additional benefits that you get. There's really good support if you've ever had any kind of health issues. There's like occupational health assessments, there's access to counselling if that's something you feel that you need support with, and there's like a huge amount of knowledge and support and understanding within the staff team, even if it's not in a sort of specifically you've got an issue sort of thing. It's just a really inclusive environment. In terms of the actual work, I know lots of people will say every day is different and it's really exciting, but actually every day is actually different at Touchstone, and in like a really good way. But like, given the nature of the work that we do, sometimes it is really hard, but that's a really good way for you to develop personally and professionally, because if everything's really easy all the time, you never develop, you just get bored and you move on to another job. So the difference is that they're challenged, but you're given enough support to be able to like take on the challenges. Touchstone are also really good at developing their staff. So from personal experience, I've obviously come in at like an administrator level and I've worked up, but there are loads of people that have like used services, have become volunteers who now work for us, and there's loads of opportunities for sort of developing things, not necessarily in a sort of like career progression, you get to move up the pay grade, but no one's like pigeonholed into their one single role. So even when I was just doing administration, there are loads of like subgroups and sort of additional things that you can get involved in, whether that's like the organisational away day, whether it's sort of like specific groups that are set up for implementing new things like the accessibility standards with the NHS. Like there are opportunities for everyone to develop on their skills and sort of develop personally and professionally within the organisation. And I think the fact that the the group of people that we support is massive, but they're some really vulnerable, really people in really difficult places in their lives, and it's really nice to wake up every day and feel like you're going to work for an organisation that's actually making a difference to people's lives. And even when you're having a really difficult day, or things aren't going quite as well, you can still reflect back and say, actually what I'm doing is making a difference, regardless of what role you have within the organisation. And I don't think there are that many jobs that you can have where everything you do is actually making a difference to real people.
Well, it's an exciting place really. There's always new projects and new ideas coming from everybody in the organisation, so whether people are directors or support workers or administrators, they're all feeding in how we all work together, and that also just makes it feel like a really supportive place to work, like it is one big team that's made of many teams.
The people that you work with, your colleagues, we have got a diverse group of people working with Touchstone, ethnicity, religion, sexual orientation and what have you, and we are like one big family. You can be yourself and also help others to be themselves, as well as people that we work for, the communities, they are diverse, and it's fun to work with and to see we're making a difference together.
I'd sum up Touchstone by saying it's lively, friendly and busy.
Just like one big family.
So I would sum up Touchstone in 3 words, but I can't do 3 words because there's so much, which is absolutely brilliant. It's diverse, it's inclusive, it's committed to people in all aspects. So it's committed to service users, it's committed to its employees, and it's committed to volunteers, supporting them 100%. I'm very, very, very passionate about working with the service users and communities of Leeds and West Yorkshire. I think it's a brilliant organisation to work for, and every day, even though I've been here for 16 years, I'm learning every day.
In 3 words, Touchstone, I would say, is dynamic, exciting and effective.
Supportive, caring and full of opportunities.
Learn, lead and love.
Dynamic, innovative and supportive. Yeah, that's what I would say about Touchstone.
Please could you sum up Touchstone in 3 words?
Home sweet home.